before whatever happens. For those of you who don't know, I live in a pretty secluded place, an apartment. Buzz on the door, and it's a woman claiming to the police. Could I let her in because she wants to speak to someone in the block of apartments that I live in? So I went and had a look at the front gate. There are indeed 3 police officers stood outside, and a rather rude policewoman wants me to let her in because she wants to speak to someone in the building. Now, each flat, like most people who live in flats, has a buzzer and a door, and she wouldn't tell me which door she wanted to knock on. So I said, well, tell me who you want to speak to, and I'll go and knock on their door and I'll get them to come out. She wouldn't do. So I was left under no doubt whatsoever that she wanted to see me, and the 3 of them actually wanted to see me. But no, not going to happen like that, because you need to be honest, police officers. If you're here to see me, you can knock on my door and say, the police are here to see you. And if the police aren't here to see me, then that's fine. But I'm not going to let anyone into a building, whether it's the police or anyone else, if they don't tell me who they actually want to see. So I'm sat here waiting for, maybe they'll get into the building and knock on my door, but we will find out. So let's see if I can bring something up. It's disappeared on my source, but yeah. So the police are outside. We'll find out whether they're coming in or whether they're whether they want to speak to me or not. But I'm not for letting them into my house unless there's a reason to let them into my house. And if they want to come into my house, they sure as hell can ask me that they're here to come and see me and come into my house. So let's find out what happens and what goes on. I'm just trying to find I'm missing a scene here, so I'm trying to find a scene. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, that's right. I did go to the police station last week, actually. Yeah, so it's very clear if the police wanted me to go in, they shouldn't really be wasting their time and sending police officers here. If they'd phone me, I'd go to the police station, but I don't think that's what this is about at all. So, yeah, it possibly could be that I'm being over. Yeah, it possibly could be, but I somehow doubt it. I somehow doubt it very much. So if I'm here later on this evening, it is because it wasn't for me, or if it was for me, they've talked to me and they've gone on their way, or alternatively, I'm here this evening because I'm not here this evening because they've decided to arrest me. But we'll find out. But as far as I'm concerned, I have done absolutely nothing wrong, and I'm not for letting strange people into a building I live in where they don't tell me where they want to go. And that is that. So that's my 3-minute update, and I'll go back to drinking my coffee, and we'll see if the police decide to come in, 3 police officers, and want me to let them in. No, I'm not letting them in. They can, if there's something they want, they can speak to me rather than try and get into a building without telling me that which apartment number they want to knock on. Then they knock on my door, they should tell me they're here to see me. Surely a police officer, if they're knocking on the door, say, I'm here to see you, should tell you they're here to see you. And if they're not here to see you and here to see someone else in the building, they should knock on that door. And if a neighbour goes and answers the door and says, no, I'd like to get to number 6 or number 10 or whatever, I'll go and knock on number 6 and number 10 for them rather than let them into a building, particularly during times like this. But I think it's very clear what's going on, and I think I'm gonna keep doing what I'm gonna keep doing, because as far as I'm concerned, I have not only not broken the law, I have reported what I consider to be crimes to the police and made the public aware and asked questions, and I'll continue to keep doing that. This is a democracy, and in a democracy, we should not fear them. We should not fear them at all. Goodbye.